Organization, and currently we are working on the same issue to promote the psychological approach of the youth as they can face the challenges that comes to them in the expedition of their academic route. Now, firstly I want to clear that I am not the group leader of this group. The group leader is Dr. Akbar. I have been sent by him as a substitute to President. So, it's a good substitute. So, number one, actually child labor, before I begin my presentation about this, I want to make it clear very firstly that what are the reasons that child labor was existed in our society, how our society is currently structured. Before flood and after flood, the condition of child labor, this is right thing. But before moving to these things, we must know that how these innovations took place in our society as it is structured. Now, that is a long history that I don't want to move on. I have limited time to present. I come to my point. Number one thing, before flood means before the flood arrived in the country, poverty has always been the top matter in our country. That is thoroughly affecting all the survivors that exist in Afghanistan. That has affected it very mostly. Now, poverty before flood was the main consideration of the child labor. Now, a child who is just, 12 years old. Poverty, I suppose there are two sons in the family, one is 16 years old and another is 12 years old. Now there is a family who is earning in this price hiking and inflation time is so much high. Now they use child as a source of income for them. Poverty surrounds them, that's why they send their child out to child labor as they can perceive the more income that helps them to accelerate their household stuff. And out the skirts of the city we can find so many children begging around the road. These are the factors that directly comes from the poverty that compels the child to do the child labor. And people do not contemplate very profoundly that what are its effects. So I think poverty has always been a matter of the core consideration of that. That's why the child labor is being increasing and enhancing day by day. Number two, lack of educational facilities. Now, okay, in city we find good schools where they can educate them. Where, as I firstly mentioned in my first subject, the poverty, those who are poor, they cannot pay the accommodations or they cannot accommodate their child in the private schools because of their high fees. Lack of educational facilities takes place through poverty. Now the term that I have written, these terms are interlinked. Poverty, this directly reflects educational facilities, because if they don't have the good financial support, how would they accelerate their child or educate them in the good schools to get good education? So lack of educational facilities before flood, these are also the matter of child labor, because they don't study. Now they don't study, person who just wants to be independent is a ray of sun and just to reflect around the mountain. There is a child who is very much free, he wants to step out and to do something. If he has not been given education facilities, what is the value of education around this certain thing, then he definitely does child labor. And the number third thing is unawareness. This is a very suspected issue and a very sensitive thing, which is harmfully affecting our society. Now, unawareness in the parents. Suppose if I move into any village, we ask them, sir, please educate your child. Education is the most needed in this current society. There is a point what will they do with this? There is a complete lack of unawareness unto them. They do not know what actually the value of education is. So what certain NGOs are working for the educational promotion, then they want to know what is the value of education. Unawareness, how will the child buttress them in the secondary stages of their life. And number fourth is lack of child-friendly environment. Now, if we step in the schools, we see teachers carrying a stick in his hand. What NGO says that but enough now. Psychology has been changed. If you beat the child, it will be revenge. Why is it? So, definitely, lack of child-friendly environment, you must understand the psychology of the children. Misappropriate ways of teaching are the most core concepts among them that directly reflect the child to do the child labor. Lack of child-friendly environment is a major number. Number 5 is child are present as a source of income. As I earlier mentioned in my talk about unawareness, that they use child as a source of income, means they step out and will bring more financial support into their houses, and that will accelerate their house more because father is earning 100 rupees.